enjoyed that.
And how do you keep so fit? Is it a big sacrifice, or you just do it? Are you like Dwayne Johnson with that sense of discipline, or?
I'm not Dwayne Johnson with that sense of discipline. I have to give him a lot of credit. He is really disciplined. But Dwayne Johnson has an athlete's sense of discipline. I never made money as an athlete like Dwayne has. So mine isn't as disciplined. But I'm lucky that I started working out at such a young age, and maybe I'm lucky because of genetics that I can alter my body quicker than somebody else. So I guess I'm just lucky in that way because I can do a character that has several different weight changes. Again, David Toohey and Riddick wanted to come up with 3 different weight classes and wanted me to switch in and out. The Dom character is ironically not supposed to be that in shape. What I'm supposed to do with the Dom character is work out before I go to set, before I start the production, and then drink as many beers as I can to get a beer belly. Because that's
You did, I guess.
that's the life of the mechanic. Yeah, and then when I'm off that, I gotta get the 6-pack back.
I need to get rid of my.
You gotta get your 6-pack, man. What are you waiting for, Guy?
So you have to work. You work out every day out of need, pleasure, because you do it already.
At times need, at times pleasure. There are times when I depending on a role, where I can't work out at all. I love the idea of wisdom above all. When you have children, getting older is something that you kind of celebrate in some crazy way. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more mature next year. Hopefully I'll be a little wiser, and maybe be able to do something significant.
But you look great, though.
Oh, thank you.
And it looks like your body is like the same and it's always been.
Well, that's good, kind of you.
Yeah, but actually it looks like that from the outside, but does it feel like that? Or are you more like, is it harder for you to do kind of crazy stunts and things?
That's funny. I guess I never thought about it. I do get a few more injuries now. But I associate that with what happens is, and I have the greatest stunt team, but what happens is the stunt guy will run the scene, and then the director will invariably want me to do it. And then once I do it, I add 30% onto it. And that's where the injury comes. So if I'm rolling 10 feet and we're doing a third take and the director says, I want more, I want it to be more aggressive, then I'm gonna roll off the mat and I'm gonna roll 20 feet. And that last roll, I'm gonna kill my shoulder or my knee or something like that. And it's that comes from the intensity of the work. And for an actor, when and it's silly, but when the director says action, I forget, that I'm mortal. And I just
like, I'm Superman. You're an action hero. So, but I've seen so many covers of magazines with you on now, and they're like, get the shirt ripping muscles from Vin Diesel.
That's so funny. It's headlines. I don't know why they do that.
But you must work out a lot. But what about food? Do you eat everything, or are you kind of specific?
I eat. I'm relatively healthy with my food. I'm not a vegan like Natalie Emmanuel, or now Michelle is kind of becoming a vegan. I do okay. I'm a regular meat and potatoes type of guy. You know what I mean?
So I just heard you said your kids got like karate
Yes.
and yellow belt and blue belt.
Yeah, they both have had belts in judo, but my son now is taking after school karate. Yeah, they actually do think I'm cool. People think I'm cool for some reason.
You are cool. So when they bring kids home from, like their friends home from school and stuff, they're like, can we meet your dad? He's like the coolest, like action.
Well, you'll always, when's the next Groot coming out? Or, but they can't see all the movies, obviously. But yeah, they associate their dad with Iron Giant, Pacifier, and Guardians of the Galaxy. All the movies that they're allowed to see.
Yeah, because they're allowed to see those, but they're not allowed to see this one.
No, not yet, not yet.
So we haven't seen the movie yet, obviously.
I know, it's not fair.
No. So what kind of expectations? Because the fans, and there's so many fans of this franchise, they're getting higher and higher expectations, I'm assuming.
Well said.
Yeah. So you have to always like push the limit and put it to the next level so people won't get disappointed.
That's right.
Do you feel on that pressure?
Oh, of course. More than anyone. More than anyone on the set, at the studio, more than anyone. I feel the pressure. When there's a question that has to be answered, like, do we stop shooting Furious 7 and take the insurance money? Or do we go back to work? And there's one person that has the weight of that question.
Yeah, I understand.
Crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Just last night, my son was questioning. My son and daughter were talking about the dark direction of Dom for this chapter, and I'm seeing my kids discuss it, and my son concerned, and that's the tricky part about them not seeing the movie. That's why I have to really actually think about whether they will see the movie or not, because I don't know if I could just leave the trailer, because I took my son to Times Square, where I developed my love for movies, where my father used to take me when I was his age, when I was 6 years old. And my love for movies began at Times Square. And I took my son to the trailer release at Times Square, where all the screens simultaneously, the people in the streets and on the rooftops, played the trailer for The Fate of the Furious. And then at that moment, it became the most anticipated film in film history. That's crazy.
And he's like, that's my dad.
And that's my dad. But Dad, you can't be dark. You can't go dark. Dad, I don't like you being dark.
Since you're the ultimate alpha male.
When the rear of that car gets to them two markers there, bang.
Yep.
There you
Okay.
go. But you'll be past that and out
Okay,
there.
good.
When you get to the blue bridge,
Yep.
you stop. Just ease up, stop there, okay?
Yeah. The action increases on each one of these movies. On this one, they turned it up so much. It's just crazy because, to keep that authenticity right, to have the characters go through these explosions and drive through these explosions, it's kind of crazy. Not fans, but a foundation. And that's true. It's a foundation that we work for, that we are inspired by. You know what the slogan for Fast 7 is? If you didn't see Fast 4, 5, and 6,